Breaking news, mortgage interest rates just hit a 3-year low. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world today. Wednesday, October 29th. Today's the big day with the Fed announcement approaching at 2 p.m. Eastern. You heard me correct. Rates have hit a 3-year low, definitely a 1-year low, but the rates are the lowest they've been in 3 years. So we're going to talk about home affordability and what this does to you, the home buyer or home owner, or if you're looking to refinance, how that's going to affect your home affordability. And with ground beef at $11 a pound, this matters. We were at the grocery store over the weekend and I watched people go up to the meat counter, which was full. The meat counter was completely full of steaks. Looked down at the steaks and then walked away because people can't afford it. And home affordability is a key part of overall cost of living. So interest rates on a 30-year fixed conventional loan, 6.13. FHA, which is kind of our benchmark here on this channel, 5.89. Now I know 5.89 is a 3-year low. We were at 5.9 last week. So hopefully this trend keeps continuing. But what I want to point out is Mortgage News Daily, my go-to resource for all things interest rate related, has a great article this morning. This week I've heard a lot of people in my industry say rates are going to go down. Values are going to go up in February. Oh, the Fed's going to cut rates, so interest rates will be lower next week. This article, very easy to read, kind of debunks that. Rates have been flirting with long-term lows for over the past 2 weeks, but made it official today. Today's average top tier 30-year fixed perfectly matched that seen on September 16th, 2025, just a couple weeks ago. That's the lowest it's been since September 2024. We're so close to those lows that it's just as fair to say rates are the lowest they've been in over 3 years. And then they talk a little bit about how the bond market impacts interest rates. But I want to read this last paragraph. We already know the Fed will be cutting rates tomorrow, and that rate cut has no bearing on what happens to mortgage rates going forward. Rather, it would be the tone of the Fed's press conference or the nature of any changes in the Fed's bond buying policies, something that might be included in tomorrow's statement. Rates are already low today. The Fed rate cut won't make them go any lower. Other info from the Fed could make them go either higher or lower depending on what's said. So who's excited to watch that press conference? Okay, I have, today's episode's all about home affordability with rates. And home affordability, interest rates impacts everybody that owns a home, but nobody more than those first-time home buyers or home buyers in this price range that are just trying to get into a house. And I think this house is a perfect example of what's available in that lower price range. We're going to 7217 Northeast 130th Avenue in Vancouver, 4 beds, 3 baths, 1,922 square feet, listed at $499,900, built in 2002. This home is listed by Danielle. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. A beautifully updated 2-story home nestled in a quiet neighborhood just minutes from parks, shopping, and I-205. The spacious 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath offers just under 2,000 square feet of comfortable living space with modern updates and thoughtful design throughout. Okay, we're going to skim through this very long description. Custom cabinetry, quartz countertops, tile backsplash, large island. Backyard patio, making indoor-outdoor living a breeze. Cozy gas fireplace, large window that fills the space. Vaulted ceilings in the primary. Dual sinks. 3 additional bedrooms. A full half bath upstairs. Laundry. Fully fenced backyard. Okay. Let's look at some pictures. So very nice, basic 2-story, like the curb appeal. Here's a couple things. I like this front patio, that's kind of neat with the pavers. And then this appears to be maybe RV or boat storage on the side, but it's not fenced in, so we'll have to get a closer look. And that appears to me to be vinyl siding. Laminate floors. This is nice and updated in here. Could use some updated fixtures. That's easy. Nice, great room. There's your gas fireplace. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. Wow. Nice galley style kitchen. Very nicely updated. Cabinets to the ceiling. That's something you normally don't see in this price range. Quartz countertops. I like the island. It's a very well done kitchen. I think that barn door goes into our dining room. Love the tile backsplash. Updated fixtures in here. This looks very nice. There's our dining area. Powder room downstairs also looked pretty recently updated. Here is our primary with the vaulted ceiling fan. I like how the laminate floors come in the bedroom as well. Nice, looks like a fairly good sized walk-in closet. Okay, updated a little bit in here, dual vanity. Could use a little more updating. Bedroom number 2. Guest bath upstairs. Bedroom number 3. Bedroom number 4. Nice backyard, fully fenced. Perfect little starter family home. Okay, if we were using FHA, FHA requires 3.5% down. It's not a first-time home buyer program, but it really is designed to promote home ownership. $499,900 is our purchase price with 3.5% down. That makes our loan amount $491,328. Today's interest rate, according to Mortgage News Daily, national average 5.89 over a 3-year low. Let's look at a breakdown of our payment. $2,911 of that is principal and interest. Property taxes, $372 a month. Homeowners insurance, around $100 a month. Mortgage insurance, which you have for the life of the loan, $219 a month for a total payment of $3602. Now, on a $500,000 house, that's the lowest payment I've seen in a while on an FHA. You could negotiate at this price point. I don't know how fast this house is going to go, but you could add a 2-1 temporary buy down. Look at our last videos if you want more information on 2-1 temporary buy down. If you want to get that payment even lower, I'm talking under $3,000 for the first year. But what I want to show you today is I want to go in a time machine and show you what it would look like if we were financing that house last year. Okay, if we go back to the November, I believe it was 2nd, before the election. I'm sorry, I did that backwards. No, I did it right. Okay, before the election, our interest rate was 6.62. Bringing our total payment to $3836. So today, we are saving $233 a month compared to this time last year. And that means lots of things. One, it means that this house may be affordable to you, or you could do it with a little less stress, saving that $233 a month. It could also mean that now you can afford $50,000 more in house. If you are comfortable with $3,836 last year, well, your payment on a $550,000 house is going to be about the same. So you just got $50,000 in buying power with the lower interest rates. So that's the home affordability interest rate episode for today. I'm very excited to see what happens over the next 3 days. Meet me back here tomorrow for another video. Like, subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.